Mark Levine, XL Bradshaw Management Group. So we deal with a lot of property management in the New York City area, co-ops, condos, rental buildings. Something that comes up a lot, particularly in the condo and co-op world, are alterations and decorations. And we used to have just one alteration agreement where it would basically lump everything in, and it didn't really matter what you were doing. If you were doing painting, or if you were replacing your shower head, or if you were doing a whole structural renovation, we had just one application and you had to submit everything plus a fee for that to be overseen. So we didn't think that it was fair, and it kind of penalized the people that were doing a $400 renovation, or just replacing your shower head and calling in a handyman to do that didn't really require a $250 fee for us to overlook. So we broke it down into two separate applications, and this is pretty much how we run all of our buildings at this point. There's a decoration application and there's an alteration application. So I can walk you through both and the differences, and just our thought process on how we deal with these. So the decoration application is for purely non-structural, non-electrical, non-plumbing work. And it's if you're going to have a handyman come in to replace that shower head. It's if you're going to be stripping and painting the floors, refinishing your cabinets, replacing your cabinets. It's those things that are not going to be a detriment to those units around you and or put the building at risk. What we're always going to ask for on both applications is a certificate of insurance from your contractor. If you're using a contractor, that has to name both the building and the managing agent as additional insureds, and that's for everybody's protection. We're also going to ask for the unit owner or the shareholders insurance for their own property, so that if there's any damage that's caused to upstairs or downstairs from your negligence, that it's at least covered a little bit. The other alteration application is for, as I noted, anything that's structural, plumbing, or electrical. And that goes a little more in depth, because if you are doing work that requires permits, we're going to need copies of those permits. We're going to need to see the license of the contractors, especially the plumbing and the electrical if you're doing major work. And then if you're doing anything structural, your architect is going to actually have to send us all the plans with the permits, and then we're going to send that off to either the co-op or the condo's architect or engineer of record, and they're going to review it, and then they're going to send their comments back if there need to be adjustments made to protect the building. And those fees get also put off to the shareholder or the unit owner that is doing the work. And one thing that we always have to keep in mind, and we always ask for it, if you're a building that's a pre-1978 building, we have plenty of those, we have a lot of buildings that go back into the 1800s, you need an EPA lead-safe certified firm that will do your demolition, or if you're disturbing a small area of paint, you need it. You need to test for lead, or if you're assuming that there's lead there, they need to operate in a certain way. So we'll need to see that. And if you don't use an EPA lead-safe certified contractor, you're subject to a penalty of $37,500 per day. So it is a major license that's given off by the EPA. And even myself, I'm an EPA lead-safe certified contractor, even though I don't do contracting work, but it was for the sole purpose of being able to be there on the first day and the last day and oversee all of those specific projects that required. And we always send our superintendents for those certifications as well, so that they could actually help inside the buildings when needed and be our eyes and ears to make sure that everything is up to code, if you will, and being done in the proper way. So I'm going to leave 2 copies on our website, ebmg.com, on this specific page, and also in the description of the video I'll leave links to the different applications that we have, so that you could see the differences between the decoration and the alteration agreements. I strongly suggest going with that, because the unit owners and the shareholders that are inquiring, and it's daily. I mean, we have so many buildings that this is a daily occurrence, and they really appreciate the 2 levels of applications, so that if they're doing less work, it's actually a lot less paperwork. So I hope that's helpful. If you want to like us on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/XLBradshaw. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we are always available and tweeting back at twitter.com/XLBradshaw. We are at XLBradshaw. If you want to email me, love getting emails, it's mblevine@ebmg.com. I promise you will get a response, and I'm usually pretty thorough at it too. We hope to make many more of these videos, and we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look of property management in the New York City world, and It's going to be a fun time. So I hope to see you next time.